Lucamus Prime here. So, it's time for the next episode of my Star Wars 30-week challenge. So, today's question is asking me, what is my favourite friendship? So, now this again is quite a tough question because there are several friendships in the Star Wars franchise that I do really enjoy. But, if I was to pick one that I think is my favourite and in my opinion the best friendship, I'm probably going to go with Han Solo and Chewbacca's friendship. Because, yeah, I really love it. I really do. And so, yeah, I'm going to gush about how much I love it. So all about it is, I really love, their chemistry. It's really good. And, and they have great interactions. And, like, in all three films of the original trilogy, we get some great interactions with them. Really enjoyable. Like, ever since we first meet him in the Mos Eisley Cantina in A New Hope, like, it's just so lovable, really. Their friendship is so great. And Han Solo is always there for Chewbacca, when Chewie is distressed. For example, I love how he told Chewie everyone's going to be okay when he was preparing the handcuffs on him on the Death Star to pretend that Chewbacca is a prisoner of stormtroopers. Han assured him everyone's going to be okay, so yeah, saying don't worry to him. Then in Empire Strikes Back, again, this friendship is still there, and I really loved it. Even though we had a few mishaps with a Falcon, which was pretty funny moments, to be honest, but they still retain my friendship, and I think the scene where, Chewbacca doesn't like the idea of Han Solo being frozen in carbonite, and he tries to, attack the stormtroopers, and so Han stops him, and says it's no good, and he's got to take care of the princess, I like that scene because it shows, how much Chewie cares for Han. He just doesn't want to lose him. So, yeah, I can understand why Chewie wanted to, stop the stormtroopers from putting Han in the carbonite. Then in Return of the Jedi, when Han is finally freed from carbonite by Leia, despite being put into, confinement, by Jabba's guards, I did like the scene where he reunites with Chewbacca, despite the fact that Han was, almost, visually impaired from being frozen for some time, he was able to recognise his, his best friend, everyone's favourite Wookiee, from the noises that Chewbacca made, and then, they reunited. So, yeah, I was very happy about that. And also as well, even though I'm not really a big fan of a Solo movie, even though I think it's miles better than the sequel trilogy, I did like how we finally got to see their first meeting. I'm very happy about that we finally got to see it happen, how they first met and how they became friends. Yeah, because, at first it looked like Chewie was going to be an enemy to Han, but luckily, because Han can speak Wookiee, he was able to convince Chewie that he's not his enemy, so yeah. So I'm glad the movie clarified how they met. And I'm also going to be honest, even though I consider The Force Awakens to be one of the top 3 worst Star Wars films alongside the sequel trilogy, the rest of the sequels, despite that I dislike the movie with a passion, I will say that, for what it's worth, I still enjoy the interaction between Han and Chewie in that film. Because I love their interactions together and, their bonding, because Harrison Ford and Peter Mayhew still got it in The Force Awakens, most definitely, despite being much older than how they were in the originals. So, yeah. So I'm glad that they got to share lots of, time together as well. And I will say as well, I dare say that, the scene where, Han and Chewie met their entrance in the Falcon was the only best character entrance in the sequel trilogy. I know it's because, when I was at the cinema watching this movie, in December, when Han and Chewie made their entrance, everyone, including me, started clapping. Yeah, I'm not kidding, we all clapped when Han and Chewie came on screen for the first time in The Force Awakens, and I can't really blame the audience because he's a fan favourite character. He's one of my favourite characters, so yeah. And so it's clear that, they mean a lot to us, and they definitely mean a lot to me, yeah. I did also like how Han also got to use Chewbacca's blaster at one point, and he said, he liked it, yeah. That was another little bit of a moment, too. However, the most heartbreaking moment, comes with Han Solo's death towards the end of the movie. It devastated me and many others. And, I think Chewbacca's reaction was a pure heartbreak, how he roared in absolute anguish and devastation at losing his best friend. Like, oh, I felt so bad for Chewbacca in that scene, losing Han like that. I really did feel bad for him, and, you know, but it was satisfying how Chewbacca managed to shoot Kylo Ren with his blaster. I mean, Kylo had it coming, and, you know, and it was ever since that moment that I wanted Kylo Ren to die because of the way he killed Han Solo, one of my favourite characters, you know. But luckily, he got what he deserved in The Rise of Skywalker, but not the way I wanted, because I wanted him to die with a dark side and then not redeemed, because that was copying Darth Vader's redemption arc. But yeah, all in all, that I do love Han and Chewie's friendship. It's really great to watch in his movies, you know. I mean, their friendship is one of many reasons why I love the original trilogy and more in Star Wars. I really do. And it's also one of many reasons why I appreciate Solo over the sequels. You know, because I said Solo is better than the sequels in my personal opinion. So yeah. All in all, guys, this was me talking about, you know, what my first Star Wars friendship is. So, guys, you know the drill. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, so be sure as well in the comments what your favourite friendship in Star Wars is. I'd love to see what your favourite friendship is. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for more videos coming in the future. And may the Force be with you always.